Today, we've got a topic that has sparked debates in the music industry for ages, choosing whether to release singles, EPs, or full-blown albums. But before we dive in, please do me a favor and gently tap that like button right now. It's like digital music karma and it helps me out a lot. If you're an inspiring artist, the big question on your mind is probably whether to release singles, EPs, or go out with an album or mixtape. Let's break it down. Alright, let's start with singles. Those are like musical appetizers served on your favorite streaming platforms with slick music videos or visualizers and promotion behind them. They're quick, catchy, and perfect for grabbing the listener's ear. Did you know that the world's first ever single was released back in 1949? It was Texarkana Baby by Eddie Arnold, and it changed the music game forever. Singles have come a long way since then. Next up, EPs or extended plays. Before everyone was streaming music, EPs were super popular. They're shorter than albums but longer than singles, usually containing 4 to 6 tracks. Back in the day, if a song was a hit, record labels would drop it in an EP with a few other tracks, kinda like a mini album. It was a cool way for artists to showcase their vibes without making the whole album, and for labels to make more money off one big song. Albums. These are the opulent feasts of the music world, often featuring 8 to 12 tracks or even more. You'll frequently find a series of focus singles strategically released to keep the buzz alive, but more on this later. Back in the day, before playlists and streaming, albums were where it was at. Think of them as the blockbuster movies of music, packed with stories, hits, and different vibes. Artists often dropped a couple of singles from the album first to get everyone hyped. Those songs you heard on the repeat on the radio. Albums were not just about music, but a complete experience with artwork, liner notes, and sometimes even hidden tracks and messages. They were a journey from start to finish. Oh, and mixtapes. Those are like musical DIY projects where artists drops a bunch of tracks, sometimes remixing other songs or sharing their freestyle. So what's the difference between a mixtape and an album? Well, albums are like the official big deal release, while mixtapes are more laid back and experimental. Artists often drop mixtapes to connect with their fans on a more personal level and test out new sounds. So what direction should you take? Once in a label meeting, an exec dropped this gem: why make an album if there's no demand for it yet? That advice stuck with me. Albums and EPs are cool, but if your songs aren't blowing up, you might hit a roadblock. The most streamed song of all time as of 2021 was Shape of You by Ed Sheeran, with over 2.8 billion streams on Spotify alone. That's the kind of power a single can hold. In an age of ever-shortening attention spans, convincing someone to sit for an entire album can feel like climbing a Mount Everest. The average attention span of humans has dropped to just 8 seconds, less than that of a goldfish. That's right, a goldfish. It underscores the challenge of capturing an audience's attention for an entire album. So what's my take on this? There are two different strategies that you can implement. Start with 3-4 carefully planned singles spaced out every 4 to 6 weeks. Then bundle them with a few more tracks to craft an EP. After that, rinse and repeat, add more singles and tracks, and voila, you got yourself a full-blown album. By doing this, you're strategically playing the singles games, which is where the action is these days. If you decide to release an album right away, that's totally fine as well. Choose 3-4 singles and promote them one at a time. Let's take a look at Harry Styles' latest album as an example, which has been in promotion for over a year. Harry's House was released on May 20th, 2022 by Columbia Records. The first single, As It Was released on April 1st, almost 2 months before the album. The song reached #1 on Billboard Hot 100 on April 11th. While As It Was dominating the charts, Harry's House album dropped on May 20th. By June 1st, it claimed the top spot of the Billboard 200. You might think #1 single and the album is the dream, right? But that was just the beginning of the promo. Late Night Talking began its promotional journey a month later on June 21st. The song gradually gained traction and eventually secured its position on Billboard Hot 100, almost 3 months later on September 12th. The third single, Music for a Sushi Restaurant, kickstarted its promotion on October 3rd. The fourth and final single, Satellite, commenced its promotional campaign almost a year later on May 3rd of 2023. And made its mark at number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100. So analyzing this rollout, the initial single had the most significant impact, followed by the album. The next 3 singles sustained the momentum. So what is your take on the singles versus albums versus EPs debate in today's ever-evolving music landscape? Let me know in the comments below. And there you have it, our chill journey through the singles versus EPs versus albums versus mixtapes world, spiced up with some cool facts. If you had a blast, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and leave a comment below. Until next time.